Businesses are obsessed with growth. You're pouring money into marketing, sales, tech, all the usual suspects. But what if the biggest thing slowing you down isn't where you're looking? What if it's hiding in plain sight, right inside your finance department?
Now, you might be thinking, my finance team, they're great. And yeah, on the surface, everything probably looks totally fine. Invoices get paid, taxes get filed on time. But if you look a little closer, you might see a team that's, well, just drowning in these slow manual tasks, the kind of work that secretly drains productivity. So it makes you wonder, right? Is your team just busy, or are they truly being effective?
And that, my friends, is what we call the finance bottleneck. And here's the really important part to get. We're not talking about fluff or unnecessary paperwork here. These are essential tasks. But when these essential duties take up, 100% of your team's day, there's just no time left for the big picture, strategic thinking that actually moves the needle for your business.
So where exactly does this bottleneck come from? Well, it's not some single massive problem. It's really just a pileup of all these daily repetitive tasks. So let's break down the two biggest culprits that create this daily grind.
First up, taxes. And this one is a monster. I mean, just think about the sheer amount of work involved. It's so much more than just plugging numbers into a form, right? You've got endless documentation, all the cross-checking, trying to keep records organized, and then, bam, tax season hits. The workload just explodes, and suddenly your super smart, highly skilled finance pros are buried under a mountain of paperwork.
And then you've got the other side of the coin, accounts payable. Every single vendor invoice. It has to be processed, it has to be verified, it has to be scheduled for payment. It's this constant, non-stop river of admin work. Sure, it demands precision, but let's be honest, it offers almost zero strategic value. It is the very definition of being stuck in the weeds.
Okay, so that's the problem. It's a real headache. But the good news is, there's a really clear way to fix this. It's a simple two-part strategy that goes right after that daily grind we've been talking about.
The solution is basically a 1-2 punch that tackles both problems head-on. On one side, you've got tax prep outsourcing to handle that crazy seasonal mess. And on the other, you have accounts payable outsourcing to take on that relentless day-to-day work of vendor payments. Each one is designed to lift a very specific weight off your team's shoulders.
So let's be clear about what tax preparation outsourcing actually means. This isn't just about dumping your work on someone else. It's about bringing in real specialists. The kind of people who actually live and breathe tax codes. They handle all the complex, nitty-gritty details of returns and compliance, which honestly is a total lifesaver, especially when things get crazy during filing season.
And it's a similar story for accounts payable outsourcing. You're basically handing over the entire invoice lifecycle from A to Z to a specialized team. They come in with these super streamlined workflows to manage literally everything, from the moment an invoice lands to the second the payment goes out. This just slashes that internal admin burden we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so we've got the strategy. That's great. But what about the actual results? What really happens when you get rid of these bottlenecks? Let's dive in and look at the real benefits you can unlock.
So how does this all work in practice? It's pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. First, you bring in specialists, which means way faster processes. That in turn reduces the workload for your team. Next, these pros use professional systems, which means better accuracy and fewer costly mistakes. And finally, all of this gives you something amazing, better visibility. You get real-time data on cash flow, letting you make way smarter decisions about when to spend and when to save.
And when we talk about taxes, the impact is just huge. Seriously, it's not just about hitting deadlines. It's about getting access to this deep well of expertise so you're never caught off guard by changing regulations. Just take a second and imagine a tax season without all the panic and last-minute stress, right? That alone is a massive, massive win.
The story for AP is just as good. Faster invoice processing, great, we love that. But check out that last point, stronger vendor relationships. Think about it. When you're the company that always pays on time, every time, you build so much trust. You become the partner everyone wants to work with, and that is a competitive advantage that goes way beyond your finance department. Okay, all of this, the efficiency, the accuracy, it's all leading up to the ultimate payoff. And the real goal here is something so much bigger. We're talking about fundamentally changing what your finance team even does. And this is a really, really important point. A lot of people hear outsourcing and they immediately think it means replacing people, but that's not what this is about. Not at all. The whole point is to support your amazing, talented team by taking all that boring, routine stuff off their plate so they can finally do the work you actually hired them to do in the first place.
This right here, this is the end goal. Just picture it. Your finance pros spending their day not chasing down invoices, but actually analyzing data, forecasting what's next, and giving you the kind of strategic advice that shapes huge business decisions. You're basically transforming your finance department from a simple cost center into a strategic powerhouse that actually fuels your growth.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. There's no doubt your finance team is working hard. I'm sure of it. But are they working smart? Because by clearing out that bottleneck of routine tasks, you give them the freedom and the focus to finally do just that.